get in a settlement agreement?
So how much money you should get in a settlement agreement, there's actually no clear answer. So it depends on the client's circumstances and whether they even have any legal claims in place. So an important point to note is that whatever the employer offers you is discretionary. So if you do have any legal claims, it makes your case a lot more stronger and easier to negotiate your settlement agreement. So what you would normally expect to receive in a settlement agreement is your normal contractual benefits. That would be the starting point. So it would be your notice, your accrued holidays, and thereafter you'd get an enhanced payment, and this is also called a compensation payment in your settlement agreement. And this is what your employer offers to waiver all your claims in your settlement agreement. So depending on what your situation is, a normal kind of standard settlement agreement on top of your notice starts at around 2 to 3 months of your salary. So the important points to remember is that the first £30,000 of any compensation payment is tax-free. Also, in terms of your restrictive covenants, we can also negotiate these as well. So for example, your non-compete clause, essentially, if we negotiate it, it can help you to obtain a role far quicker. And lastly, you also need to ensure that you received independent legal advice from an employment solicitor or any legal advisor, so the settlement agreement is legally binding. So your compensation payment you'll receive as tax-free. So as I mentioned, the £30,000 of any compensation payment will be tax-free. You may have a strong claim to negotiate your package further. You may have a claim for unfair dismissal, and if you do, we can base your compensation on your loss of earnings. If you have a claim for discrimination, let's say, we can base it on injury to feelings. So your loss of earnings is calculated on the basis of how long it will take you to find a comparable role. So if it's 6 months, we can help you negotiate a package for 6 months. If it's 3 months, of course, the best way to kind of come to some sort of conclusion or an answer is speak to recruiters and see how long it would take you to find an alternative role. So your employer normally pays your legal fees. If we need to negotiate your package further, of course we can negotiate your legal fees as well, but again it's dependent on your employer's discretion, but normally we do have a good track record in negotiating legal fees further. So in summary, a typical package would look like your contractual benefits, an enhanced sum, and your legal fees all included. So how much money you would get in a settlement agreement, there's no fixed figure. So this depends on your circumstances and your legal claims. And of course, what your employer is willing to offer you is completely discretionary.